Alright, welcome to Green and Blue Walkthrough's playthrough of Medal of Honor 2010. And, when this game came out, it was the first Medal of Honor game to come out after Medal of Honor 3 or 4 year hiatus from EA's 3 or 4 year hiatus from making Medal of Honor games, which the last Medal of Honor game before this was Medal of Honor Airborne. And yes, to all those Call of Duty noobs or people who forget stuff, Medal of Honor was a series, and they came before Call of Duty. They were what the chunk, chunk, chunk. Running. Dual guns. Flying. So flying. Walking in slow motion. Still walking in slow motion. Driving for crash to the camera. Medal of Honor. Like I was saying. This was what Call of Duty. Call of Duty, one could say, ripped off of to make their game, because basically when Call of Duty came out, it was exactly like Medal of Honor. In fact, basically Call of Duty was made because the 5 or 10 because the 10 developers, the employees, didn't like that EA was didn't allow them to put all their fun stuff in the game, like having no gun and cussing and not being a hero and everyone and all the player characters dying, stuff like that. Not old school stuff, not stuff I like. And they made into Call of Duty. That was after Medal of Honor's 5th game, Allied. I think Allied Assault, the one for the computer. Medal of Honor had made games for PlayStation, Xbox. I don't think they made for the Xbox original. They made for the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, I think, maybe. No. I think yeah. They did the Xbox 360, and they made for the PC and the Wii. So yeah. And so basically, when this game came out, for some reason, after 3 years, people forget everything about games, and for video games anyway. And you had everyone wondering what this game was, despite, it's saying clearly it's a reboot of an old game. But anyway, we forget. So yeah, what the plot is of this game, like all Medal of Honor games, which are made in documentary style, it's called historical fiction. Basically what inspired Medal of Honor in the first place was Saving Private Ryan. And that was historical fiction. Basically, they took an event and then they, make up the people or make up guns, stuff like that. But it's mostly people when they're talking about historical fiction. So yeah. Basically, Medal of Honor has always been historical fiction, where Call of Duty's, been leaning more and more towards fiction. Because they're crazy and they're insane, and basically all the reasons why this employees left to start Call of Duty and Infinity Ward is basically and give EA competition with Activision was basically all were all rectified in this game. So this is like, I don't know, it's like 5 years later, after they left to make Call of Duty, that EA finally allowed the stuff that they didn't allow before. So yeah, and this game starts at the beginning of the Iraq War. What's current and what's ending. Basically, what kind of sort of ended. Now we're just wrapping it up slowly. Keep training the Iraqis, making sure the Taliban don't take over their government. Basically prevent this situation. Preventing us from going back in there to kill more things. And also we killed Osama bin Laden, the whole reason we were there. no thanks to the rest of NATO who all left about 2 years before that, or not a year. Yeah, the NATO that was helping us, basically they left, and then it was us and UK, and basically they left, and they left a year before Osama bin Laden was killed because they got tired of just murdering terrorists. They wanted to go murder Libyans, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, this starts literally at the very beginning of it. Yeah, 9/11 basically. I'll just show you, and yeah. And for those people who don't like modern games because they're always taking place in deserts, you can't fault the developers of this game for that, for them being in the desert and in the Middle East, because that's where direct war is taking place, you fools. In case you don't know modern history, as in stuff that happening right now. So yeah, I'm just complaining to all the people who complain about this taking place in the Middle East in modern times, because honestly, history came out with Civil War games. I don't think anyone bought those. I got both of them. They're fun, but I don't think anyone bought those. So yeah, let's get started. Yes, I don't care. Yes.